Hello, how have you been? With this being the last month of the year, how was 2022 for you? I will conclude this year with an update about this channel and the overall Idle Concepts project. There are a few things I would like to let you know about. This may be more interesting to individuals who are curious about this project and the plans for the next upcoming year. I encourage you to share what you think here. I have plenty of ideas, and I know you do too. More aviation and other related videos will be resumed after this one is posted. With each of these channel update videos, I will generally share a summary of this year, this one being 2022, what went well and what could be improved or prioritized in the future. I will follow up from the things mentioned in the previous channel update video, reviewing how things have progressed since then. In general, I hesitate to make dramatic announcements and promises because of the added pressure they tend to bring with the possibility of failing to meet those expectations. However, I think it can be beneficial in that way if used strategically. So, in the meantime, I'm putting together what to aim for during the next year. I also intend to use these types of videos as an opportunity for a more open discussion with everyone, not just coming from those posted videos and the topics they happen to be about. To hear back from this community, the interaction can be priceless. And lastly, I will share what I would like you to know. They could include anything that may make a noticeable change going forward and may be impactful for the way the project continues to develop. For example, I'm looking forward to finally begin using that community tab on the YouTube channel page to also interact with you there. More details on that later. So, how would you summarize your 2022? It's not over quite yet, but so far, what has this year brought for us? Any big decisions made? Did you start anything new? Any exciting progress in your studies or perhaps flight training? There were all kinds of motivating comments, including some individuals completing their written tests. Well done in getting those tests out of your way this year. I didn't mention on this channel before, but one of my New Year's resolution for this year was to read at least one book per month. At some point, I completely stopped reading for pleasure and was only studying textbooks solely for pilot training, and this carried on for years. I started to forget that satisfying feeling of finishing a book cover to cover on subjects other than aviation. I find studying and referencing textbooks to feel like a slightly different reading experience compared to reading a novel or nonfiction books that are not in the textbook format. Neither is better nor more important than the other, but I think they offer different benefits. Anyhow, so far, I believe I'm well on my way to successfully accomplishing that personal goal by the end of this month. There is still some time for me to mess that up for myself, but I will keep on it, and it is likely that all will be okay. At this point, I was surprised to discover that while even reading books that are not related to aviation, it really helped me organize and develop the aviation-related content on this channel, such as some books were very impressive in how they introduce and build up to grasping a complicated concept, or how a textbook displayed beautiful diagrams and charts that were so neatly laid out with effective consideration for detail and overall made the learning more enjoyable. All this gives me inspiration. I really appreciate educational material that makes people inspired to learn something, rather than make the process of learning feel like miserable, unpaid work. And by unpaid, I do not mean always and only through monetary means, but paid in rewards of feelings of joy and fulfilling experiences after having gained a new understanding and knowledge. It is that feeling of impressing yourself that you have so much more potential than you may think. Who knows what you could do next with all this information? Inspiration is just as valuable as money, and learning can pay us in both of these kinds of rewards. And practicing the skill of reading has surely played an influence on the other content here. That is why you will see the occasional, seemingly out-of-place book reviews posted on this channel. In the first channel update, I mentioned that I was switching video editing software over to Final Cut Pro, and I'm so glad about this decision. It helped me accomplish the improvements that I was desperately hoping for, such as the simple animation features of that software allowed me to better demonstrate the charts that I wanted to explain for a while. I still get nervous about decisions on anything regarding tech because that is my weakness. So far, I'm content with what I managed to discover and learn. I will make it a higher priority to learn more about this software, and there's so much left to figure out, and I would like to be more efficient with it, because at the moment, I'm definitely not. And this may be something I will make my next year's resolution based upon. The other aspect I mentioned in that channel update was the audio struggles I encountered, especially in my earliest videos. I debated on whether I should invest in a selection of more suitable background music or just not have any music at all. I want to learn more details about managing audio with video editing, but I'm experimenting in the meantime and will just do away with the background music for now. I will admit that part of the reason I wanted background music was that when I first started recording myself talking, I was dissatisfied. I just found that I didn't quite sound like the way I thought I would sound when speaking. And I never intended to make myself inaudible with the music. I just thought a little music in the background could kinda sugarcoat the sounds I was making when talking to myself here. It's just petty and personal. I'm getting over it though. Speaking of audio, this microphone I've been using is starting to have problems and is probably breaking down. It was good to start out with and while it lasted, but I will have to look to replace it with a higher quality microphone in the next year. I'm looking forward to better audio clarity in the future videos, or maybe it will be too good in picking up my voice and annoying me even more. I'm curious about exploring new audio equipment nonetheless. Next thing I mentioned earlier is that I will begin posting on this YouTube community tab here. I have the plan to use this area to post minor updates that don't deserve an entire video to announce. It's an ideal place to share general conversations and comments that are not specific to the subjects of any particular video on here, and could include anything from a simple greeting to product, service, or merchandise releases. Additionally, polls and questions will be posted here to help me learn what projects could be better prioritized based on the level of interest from this community. I already managed to come up with a very long list of ideas and projects I'm excited about. It's not always clear to me, though, which idea deserves to be worked on next in line. Would you like to see weather charts explained, or more written test practice, or any other topics and skills involved in flying such as risk management, CRM, ADM, and such? I will also grow the other playlists on this channel so the subjects are diverse, yet all play a role in this single project. So I'm looking forward to seeing you in this community tab. In between posting videos, I will continue planning, organizing, and investing in a few upgrades to this project. We will see them in the next year. I wish you a wonderful and inspiring season and a period of peaceful reflection. See you again in 2023.